What's up you guys, MartyBlendz back with another cinematic tutorial. Before we start, if you want a deeper look into barbering, visit MartyBlendzUniversity.com. Alright, let's go. Start with your trimmer and set in your baseline. Make sure you're patient with it and don't dig too deep into the scalp, especially if your trimmer is zero gapped. Here you're going to see that I dropped it in the back, and that's because I'm aiming at having a darker occipital area. Now you're also going to notice that I start on one side of the head and then I go on to the other, eventually connecting the baselines in the back. Now I do this because it adds symmetry to the fade. Next, you want to flip the trimmer around and remove everything underneath. If your trimmer happens to have a deep tooth blade like mine here, it'll shred down all the hair much faster and easier. Now be very careful not to cut above the baseline, or else you could push up the fade a little bit. Okay, now you want to open up the lever fully and make a 1/2 inch guideline above the baseline we just made. Keep in mind that you want to motion out to start creating a lengthier length when reaching the top of the guideline. Now we're going to use a 2-guard open to remove all the weight 2 inches above the step we just finished. You want to be sure to be consistent with your guidelines. Now to smoothen up everything on top of that 2-guard, just clip over comb and make sure you clean up all the harsh lines. Alright, with your 1/2 guard open, you want to clean up the line within. Now since I'm not trying to create another line, you're going to see that I flare out just a little bit after every stroke. And then you're going to soften anything over that with a 1. Now this step isn't necessary, but if you do see a little bit of lines, you could blend it out using that 1. Finally, we're going to close up the lever all the way and remove the baseline. Now I do need you to know that most of the time you're not going to be using your full blade. Using your corners will always give you more defined detailed fades no matter what. Now above that, you want to open up the lever every now and then, because that lever close is not always going to take out every single line. Sometimes you're going to make lines above that, so you're going to need to open up. As for detail, again, corners will always do the job here. Don't be scared to run the clipper deep with your bare corners. Now as for design, drag your trimmer's corner and be creative with it. This was just a simple design, but I managed to make it look very clean. Now when coming across C-cups, you want to be very still and just be sure to get every little corner in there. Now the other side is faded the exact same way. I did one complete side for you guys for demonstration purposes, but if you're just starting, I suggest you do both sides at the same time. Listen, if by any chance you still don't understand how to fade, you're having a hard time getting it, or maybe you're just wanting to become a better barber overall, I built a course to go in depth and give you the formula on how to become a professional barber in a fraction of the time. Just visit MartyBlendZUniversity.com. Also, if you're wondering where to get the guards, capes, or even brushes that I use every single time in every video, go to MartyBlendz.com. And finally, if you want to save on wall products, use my exclusive 15% off code, Marty15. Alright, let's head back into the video. When using low guard numbers or removing any lines from the bottom portion of the fade, be sure to use a brush. Sometimes some loose hairs can trick you into thinking there's still hairs on your canvas, and it's really not a good thing. You want to be extremely careful when removing the lines within the fade. Use corners more than anything because you could extend it unintentionally. Also, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's watching, and if you're not subscribed yet, I post a lot of barber content on all platforms, so follow and subscribe for more. Removing the last line is fairly easy, especially if you have lighter hair. The darker the hair, the more detailed and more corners you're going to have to end up using. For the most part, these steps I just finished explaining are good for all types of fades. All that changes from different types of fades is the shape of the baseline. Now I genuinely want to know what type of haircut you want to see next. Comment down below what haircut you want me to go over next. To style, I'm going to be using a bit of volumizing powder. Then we're just going to add a little bit of paste to define the textured top. We're going to spray down the hair with some hairspray to lock it all in place. Guys, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me in the comments or DM me on any platform. That's what I'm here for. Alright, there you guys have it. That is how to do a perfect mid-fade with a little design on the sides. Something super simple and easy. That's been it for me. Hope you enjoyed and learned something. I'm MartyBlendz, and I'm out. Peace.